So, hello everyone. Once again, this is Kim Chester Figueroa, and this will be our last video report for this course subject in Dev C 206. And I'm really glad that we've reached this far. So, in this video, I'll be sharing some practical insights from the Module 6, Part 6 of 7, which entitled Operating and Enhancing a Web Radio Station. This is from the module guide. Based on our module guide, the internet radio. So, we're diving into in this topic. We're diving into streaming and peer-to-peer radio platforms. These tools that can help us deliver, a development communication content in a creative and accessible ways. So, whether you're planning a community radio show or an educational podcast or a public service broadcast, these platforms that we're going to tackle offer us flexible ways to reach audiences, even in areas with limited internet access um, or technical infrastructures. So let us explore what is available and how can we use uh, the platforms to support inclusive and participatory communication. Okay, so for this slide, let us start with the streaming platforms. So these are the tools that let us go live or share pre-recorded content online. So first one we have here the Sam Broadcaster. Uh, this is a great option if we are aiming for a professional setup. So this offers smart playlist rotation, a real-time listener stats, and automated song requests. So just like what we are using here in our radio station. Although this is not we use the OTS, but it's kind of different. It's not an internet radio. So your audience can see using the Sun Broadcaster. Your audience can see artist names, albums covers, and track info while listening. This is ideal for structured shows like educational segments, um, the health tips, or cultural features. So just note that the Sun Broadcaster is for Windows only. So think of a some broadcasters like to better understand this. We should think as some broadcasters like uh, we are running a mini radio station from our computer. So, for example, if you are an NGO sharing weekly health tips, your listeners will feel like they're tuning into a polished broadcast with all the bells and whistles. Okay, so for the next one we have here, if you're working with the limited resources, so we might use a pirate radio. Uh, this is a simpler alternative. Uh, this supports the basic audio formats, also the microphone input, and even lets us embed our station into a web page using a Java-based format. Um, the pirate radio is perfect for a small scale broadcast like local storytelling, conducting interviews, or youth led discussions. So imagine a group of students recording interviews with community elders about the traditions, right? Because we want to pass down those knowledge from those stories from our elders. So a pirate radio makes it easy to share those voices online without needing expensive equipment. So that's the use of the pirate radio. It is a budget friendly, support basic formats, embeddable stream. And remember that it is a for Windows only. The same with the Sam Broadcaster. So the next one, we have here the Shoutcast, a free and flexible platform that works with Winamp and lets you stream playlists at your chosen by trade. oh, Shoutcast is a bit more technical to set up, but with help from its online community, it becomes manageable. So Shoutcast is compatible with both Windows and Linux, making it a good fit for those who want more control over their broadcast. So this is a great for music lovers or cultural groups who want to stream playlists of local artists. So with Shoutcast, we can adjust the quality of the audio depending on the internet speed. And however, even with people with slower internet connections, we can still listen to the musics that we want. Okay, so to sum up this one, these platforms are useful for anyone, from educators and NGOs to community leaders who want to share content regularly, whether it's a weekly show, a podcast series, or a public information campaign. So, in short, streaming platforms are like choosing between a professional studio or do-it-yourself or DIY setup or a customizable toolkit. So the right choice depends on your audience and resources. So now let's talk about the peer-to-peer platforms or broadcasting. So these platforms solve a major challenge, like having a low bandwidth. So instead of relying a central server, the peer-to-peer systems distribute the streaming load across the listeners, just like doing a Bluetooth, but it's kind of different one. So this means even with slower internet, you can still reach a wider audience. So the first one we have the first Peercast. This is one of the example where it is free. It supports multiple formats like the MP3 and OGG, and allows anonymous streaming. So you can broadcast using the Peercast to one listener who then shares the stream with others. So this is a great for decentralized communication, like a community updates, emergency alerts, or a collaborative media projects. Um, to to further understand this, just imagine like a rural village where internet is slow, or we have a poor internet connection. So with the Peercast, uh, one person can start a broadcast, and each listener helps pass it along, like a digital chain reaction. So this makes it possible to spread the important updates without needing a powerful server. So this could really help to those who are in rural areas or in a marginalized sector of the community, which is like what I have said, they have a problem in internet connection. So uh, next one is we have Icecast. Um, this is another option. This is compatible with Shoutcast and can inst- can stream live audio or play files from your computer. It works well with DJ software and media players, and it's completely free. So if you are willing to spend a bit time of setting it up, Icecast can be a powerful tool for community radio, and also for educational programming or advocacy campaigns. So, for example, a university could use IceCast to stream lectures to students across different regions, or an advocacy group could broadcast discussions on social issues, ensuring their message reaches people even in areas with limited infrastructure. So these platforms, the peer-to-peer platforms, are especially useful in settings where the internet infrastructure is limited, or where communities want more control over their media. So they support participatory communication and can be adapted different cultural, linguistic, and technical contexts. So peer-to-peer tools are like community-driven networks where everyone helps carry the message, making them resilient and inclusive. So to wrap this up, streaming platforms and peer-to-peer platforms offers diverse ways to share development communication content, like from structured talk shows to spontaneous community updates. So whether you choose a polished tool like the Sam Broadcaster or a flexible system like Icecast, let us remember that the key is to match your platform with your goals, your audience, and your technical setup. So these tools aren't just for tech experts. They are for educators or for students, community, and as well as the community organizers, leaders, and advocates around the world. So the platforms allows us to amplify the voices, share knowledge, and build more inclusive communication spaces. Just remember that the real power of these platforms is not the technology itself, but how they help communities to tell stories, spread knowledge, and connect with each other. And make sure that we should be responsible in using this one. So once again, thank you so much for listening. I hope this overview spark ideas for creating our own project on the future, whether it's a participatory radio shows or a podcast for local voices, or a communication campaign that brings people together and for helping them or contributing to making our society a better and improving the quality of life of the people. So once again, thank you and just mabalas po.